Good
Cool.
morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Day.
Happy Monday. It's the
Meh.
It's
the
the Monday of February.
the ninth. I have a cold, you guys. I think I got it over the internet from you, Jared.
It's quite possible. I did send you an internet virus.
Yeah, I'm all
You got like an It'll Do mug, by the way. The color.
Yosemite.
Ah,
Yeah. Sorry, do you guys not have colds anymore?
no, just some leftover coughing, but you just call it the LA smog cough or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad you guys are feeling better.
Me too.
Joining us is me, and then in the LA area is Kelly and Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somewhere in the Seattle region, Mr. Tim Grauman.
Hey.
Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend.
It was quite pleasant. It looks like it's cold up north, though.
It is a little cold and rainy.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of that weekend. It was nice.
It's not cold in Seattle. It's been 50s all winter. Where
Wow.
Boston's dumped on in snow, and it's snowing on the East Coast, and they stole our snow. We've had nothing. It's like summer.
I didn't know, I guess Seattle would get snow, huh? On like Mount Rainier or whatever.
No, I mean, it's
Yeah.
supposed to snow in January, but it's been summer.
Well, in the meantime, you can play an OUYA game to satisfy that need for snow. For example, Jared.
Steamed bread.
Yeah. Nice.
Bomb Squad.
Done. That's right. You can play that in the snow. We had a good
Always
winter.
what I play when
Yeah.
I went and get to the winter holiday spirit.
Yeah. Play Santa Claus with a giant bomb. Or Frosty.
Frosty, really.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Special delivery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds a good one. Tim loves that one.
Or a quiet Christmas. We had a
Quiet
good winter.
Christmas is-
Maybe we need to bring it back for everyone who didn't get enough snow.
Quiet Christmas is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sequel to Quiet Please.
That's right. Maybe we'll do a quiet bundle.
Yeah.
We'll quietly share the price.
The Hush Little Bundle.
The fresh little bundle.
That's
I
what I
like
got. Yeah. Do you guys play anything else good over the weekend?
Is Deus Ex up on the...
No, it's not live yet.
Oh.
That's going to launch. I can say it. That's going to launch on the 14th, I believe. Deus Ex Machina.
This week.
Yep.
Yeah, not Deus Ex.
Yeah, not Deus Ex. Deus Ex Machina. Machina.
This is one of the top 100 games you should play before you die.
That's right. That would be good, crazy
it might
fun.
cause you to commit, contemplate murder.
It's brought to our friends with Potassium Frog, so yeah, that'll be out by the 14th. So crazy good fun there.
I was just thinking because we've been testing it, and over the weekend, it's just been making people go crazy, basically.
Yeah, I believe it broke Carl. Yeah, totally broke Carl. So that's the end of him. You'll never see him again on Twitch or anything like that. He is a broken man.
Giant Kai did another game. He's
Exactly.
got like over 30 games. Did you guys play that one?
Which one?
Futrino by Giant Kai, the game a week.
No, but I'm going to this week.
Yeah. And then he mentioned Four Color Taxi, which I haven't tried yet either.
That also just came out, which also looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then we had an update of Cat Lateral Damage that also came out over the weekend, which was super cool.
What?
That one is building towards completion. Master 7T's had a good update. It was actually a big game. It was a big week for updates. Like Never Ending Nightmares had an update. Bomb Squad recently had one. Race for Your Life had another update. Rush Hour Mayhem had an update. People have been updating like crazy, which is great. So adding new features and fun content. But we got lots of new games in the pipe. I think I promised Ghostbusters last week, but our QA team was like super awesome and got it approved way before Google and Amazon, and so it's going to all release at the same time. So this week, Ghostbusters Pinball Update will release by Friday. That'll be awesome. And I was promising the forum announce another game that's going to be coming down the pipe, not this week, but maybe later this month or very soon. And you can read about it on GamesBeat right now. But it is, Tim, I know you were waiting for this. Joe Danger is
Oh
going
my
to be
gosh,
coming
yes.
to OUYA. This is full Android controller support, awesomeness. Friends at Hello Games, so that will be
The
coming.
developers.
Yes.
No Man's Sky.
That's right. Yeah, highly anticipated game. So yeah, Joe Danger series coming to OUYA. We'll have more info and a release date for that soon. We'll have a trailer for it's gonna be fun times. So that is coming soon. Although not to diminish the fact that tomorrow the Jackbox Party Pack, thanks to Jackbox Games, come out on OUYA on the cheapest price of any platform with 20% off one-week sale of $19.99. 5 games in one. And you can use your phones and tablets as controllers. You can have 100 players playing at the same time. And Bob's going to do that eventually at some point, right?
Look how tiny my arms look. That's
Oh my God. You look like a little baby. You look like a little baby.
Up, Jared, up.
Up.
Oh man, that's hilarious. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's gonna be launching tomorrow. So that's good. That's good fun. As mentioned last week, the Robo Bundle. Pick me up, Bob. Pick me up. Pick me up.
Oh man.
Robo Bundle featuring Clark, Magnetic by Nature, Stop the Bots, and Twin Robots. It's also still available for $7.99 until next Tuesday. So again, get that while you can. That's a huge discount considering that Magnetic by Nature is normally $9.99 by itself. So $7.99 for all 4 games is insane.
Jared, I have a question on that.
I know. Yeah, Rush. Sorry.
I was going to ask you about that.
Rush Hour Mayhem is 50%.
Bob is talking.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, typically, the bundles have all been from the same developer, but this one features multiple developers. How did that work?
4 developers. Actually, friends at Thin Ice Games, they started the ball rolling on this one by reaching out to the other 3 developers, trying to get a Robo Bundle put together. And also on OUYAForum.com, the team over there, they all came up with bundle ideas. So I think Thin Ice saw some suggestions for a bundle like this and got it going. Help them put it together, help them figure out what percentage discount they want to have across all the games, and put it together. So we're happy to work with multiple developers in that fashion. So thanks for asking, Bob.
Yeah. Sorry, continue.
Rush Hour Mayhem, 50% off till the 16th. Gravity Gods is 50% off. I don't even know if that has an end date yet. And then tomorrow, Gunslugs bundle will go live. That's Gunslugs 1 and 2 for $3.99. So that's a nice discount to get both those games together. You're going to pick that up. And then along with that, I think we also have, 2 more sales this week. Elliott Quest, starting tomorrow, will be 10% off. And going to the President's Day weekend, of course it'd be appropriate to have Reagan Gorbachev 30% off. So this President's Day, enjoy being Reagan.
Yeah.
Or Katana Blade in Reagan Gorbachev. So check that out while you can. And for those of you who saw Playcast, we did a nice promo in the newsletter this weekend, and they have more games on the way for that subscription service, and a few more a la carte games coming soon, which actually I think I'm allowed to reveal. So you'll be able to get the next Red Faction game, and Darksiders 2 is going to be coming from Playcast. So thank you, Playcast. That's all the game news fit the print. But
which Batman is on that? Which Batman is on that Playcast? Is it
Arkham Asylum for sure, and then if you wanted to say Batman game, definitely one of the Lego Batman games.
Right.
Of course, that's a Batman game. Yes.
Yes. I mean, yeah, it is a Batman game.
Tell you what.
You were asking me about the series if you're thinking like Arkham City versus Arkham Asylum, but
that's what I
doesn't mean it can't come. So.
You haven't played Batman Arkham Asylum until you're playing it on a OUYA controller, and then someone walks in and you take the faceplate off your controller and throw it at them like a batarang.
Do not do this at home.
Dangerous. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not an official recommendation.
The suggestions from Bob do not represent OUYA corporate.
Sorry.
I love
I do like that though.
Asylum was one of my favorite games of all time.
That was fun, except for the boss battle at the end. That was terrible, but everything else was great. Everything else was
You
great.
never know how
I
to
got
end
I
it.
got scared playing the scarecrow, and I was like, nope.
I know, right?
That was excellent.
All the scarecrow scenes were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, especially when you turn into
Little boy.
boy Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, there's some flashes of Neverending Nightmares in those segments for sure.
Oh, did you guys play Into the Sleep? Have you played this game?
No.
Oh, you should check it out. Since you guys both have kids, you play like this toddler who wakes up after having a bad dream. Yeah, it came out like a few weeks ago.
You play from a baby's perspective. And like
You started like,
yeah.
yeah, viewed it for something. I came across. Yes, I played the demo. I haven't played it since it.
There's some like traditional action puzzling in it, but like just the whole idea of being a
creepy.
That
first
reminds
person.
me of, did either of you play like the original Max Payne where you're having like a flashback to like your baby being kidnapped and like you just hear like crying in the background and you're walking around?
Yeah.
That's very dark.
That was rough.
Very dark.
That was rough.
Rough time.
Julie's daughter came by the office last week and got us Pez dispensers, and I was laughing because I guess she got this one for Jared because it looks like him.
Yeah, it looks like me with like too much coffee. He's like, yeah.
The developer makes him very angry.
It's the Jared Nator.
Yeah, it definitely, it's got the, 30-something-year-old show.
That's hilarious.
It is really great. I assume that's why she gave it to me.
So, Tim, you have something to share with the class?
It's time to grok with Grauman.
So I was out last week, but basically, we had our blog post, so we announced that the Unreal support is out there. And then I wrapped up community content support, so that's now part of our branch. And I had some.
What can you do with community content support? Sorry.
What can you do with community content? Well, you can make your game moddable, so people can make levels and characters and scripts and all kinds of things for your games. So it lets the community make content for your games.
Sweet.
And then to finish that, I did something interesting. So I made basically a unit test project so I could verify the functionality for all the community content stuff. So you start with like our ODK Java thing, and then I wrap that with Java, and then I wrap the Java with C++, and then something that helped me make sure that all the methods work and stuff is I did a bunch of unit tests, which are great for making sure that things do what they're supposed to do, and you can check the logs to see if things crashed, and I've fixed a bunch of bugs and that kind of stuff. So, so Unreal support is out there. If you have any questions, I started a Unreal blog post, so you can request, like, if you want to see any videos about how do I do this or that in blueprints, I could do that kind of thing, or if you have any trouble, just let me know, and I'll help you through Unreal. So, Unreal support is out there. And then
Yay!
the next thing, I added a localization example. So it's just a basic Android project that has a exit button, but I added the localization to it as an example, and that kind of leads into the Xiaomi support stuff.
Yay!
I added to the documents here down at the bottom. So there's the whole thing of there's this zip file which contains a couple different files that you drop into your project, and then you update some permissions. There's a little bit of setup and code to pass some app ID keys that you get from the Jared and content folks for your game.
I was going to say, even though these documents are public-facing, the pipeline still, I mean, we hope to change this, but the pipeline, you still have to go directly through us. Office hours at OUYA.tv is always the best way to get things started, to actually distribute on Xiaomi right now.
And then you make an icon, some special icons and special sizes, and then something that wasn't here is localized stuff. So I figured out how to do simplified Chinese, and that uses the standard Android localization. And I just went through, and it's a basic project with an exit button. And to add your localization strings, inside your resource folder, you'll have a bunch of different values subfolders. And these values correspond to your localization. So values without anything, that's the default English. The values with this -zh stuff, that's the simplified Chinese localization strings. Then you have Italian, French, Spanish, and Dutch, I think. And what these look like are, they're just XML files with key mappings. So you can put in your app name and define a bunch of different strings that are localized. And then it's the Android process is smart enough when you get these strings to pick the right resource file. And if you want to see what this stuff looks like, I'll switch over to my OUYA here.
Yes, please.
Yes. Oh, here's my controller. Okay. I'm turning it on. Okay. So it was good. F10. Okay, cool. All right, so I made this little Android exit app. And if I play this, there's the exit button. Oh, okay, it's got a little lag. Okay, there's the exit button, and when you click, it exits. So you'll notice right now it's in English, and if I exit, if you drop back to your the main page here and go to Manage, okay, and then under Manage, then you do System, and then you'll see this Language tab. Here you go, and then you can pick between the different languages. So it'll pick the right values files depending on what language you do. So if we switch to, let's say, French, okay, and then you get a pop-up dialog. And now the whole launcher's in French.
Bon.
If you go back to the main page, here we go. We'll do jouer, which is French for play, and then we go into our Android exit, and you can see the app name is in French because I localized that string. And
Nice.
if we launch it,
And good.
and we say jouer and play,
Juilliard.
Juilliard.
I guess sortie is exit in
Sorry.
So yeah, so
I love your accent, Tim.
or my lack thereof. Yes.
I wouldn't know how to pronounce that either.
It looked like sortie to me.
Yeah.
And then for the simplified Chinese, the exit, that kind of makes sense. It's like a person and an empty door, like they're going to the exit. That makes sense to me. Here's the localization strings. So you just put in the different strings for the different languages. Here's French, and there's the French string. So when the app looks for exit, it finds sortie, and that's what you see, and it's all automatic. And let's see. So if we look at the manifest to see the localized string in the play section, that happens because in the Android label inside the application here, this is syntax for reference the string resource, and then it looks up the app name, and then that pulls the string we had. So I go to the resource, values. Okay, here we go. So it's looking up app name, and it pulls up the French resource, and then it shows it as your label for your Android application. And that's a little bit about localization. So you could see all the different languages that are on the OUYA. You have to, the minimum is one more for Xiaomi where you want to have simplified Chinese. And then you guys know about, you can tell them all about like, how do they localize? Like we do it or they do it, or how does that work?
Good.
Everyone's sneezing. Yeah, so that's So you can either do that on your own, like through a contractor or something, or if you have a project that you want to work with on us, like Kelly said, you can reach out to us at officehours@ouya.tv and we can talk about doing that. But I had a question, Tim. So this is like, because we've talked to some developers who say they haven't even put in localization support yet. So this can take them from like their current state with no localization support to localization support, right?
Right, right. They just have to make sure that they used the strings in kind of that format. It depends on where you're accessing it to. So the first step is to put in these string values, and it's just an XML with a bunch of strings. And then the next step is to actually use that in your app. So like here's one example of using the string where it's been localized. There's some other places like, so in this exit app, it has a layout. Here we go. So here's what defines how it displays, and you can see that the text here was localized to use the string. And this is specific to an Android app. Every engine is going to be slightly different about how it gets the resource for the string. There's also like a Java way to get the string where you say get resource and then you can get the value. And like I was thinking for Unity, I'll probably expose that so it uses the same mechanism. And I'll put that into the Unity plugin. And the same thing for any engine. So if you run into any trouble on the programming side, just let me know and I'll expose it for you if you don't have access to localization already.
So Jose Leal speaks Portuguese, and so he's asking specifically about like the OUYA menu supporting it, because right now we do English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, and now simplified Chinese. How much work would that be for us on the engineering side to support another language? Do you know?
Right.
Well, I think we're not supporting simplified Chinese on the system level yet.
Right. Okay, so that's just specifically for devices in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what you would have actually in your game is a menu in which the user would select the language for the game.
Right. So on the OUYA itself right now, these are the supported languages. If I go back. Now we can read them. So he was talking about like how do we add one of those, a different language to this launcher?
Yeah, I think so.
There's some engineering effort that goes behind that. So, but for right now, here's the ones that we support currently.
Okay.
Plus simplified Chinese on the Xiaomi box.
Cool. Hey Tim.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of special mechanism in the OUYA store for uploading and managing an early access version of a game? ? Or it works like a normal game that you update until you complete it and later change the price and description to reflect that it's finished. So this is Elias Zacharias.
Might be
Okay.
Elias.
Zacharias.
Okay, so the first step is use the developer portal to submit your game. And then you're going to go through Jared and Bob to get yourself into the early access section, and you can talk to those guys. Well, all you guys through office hours at OUYA TV.
I can explain it. So you'll submit your game like normal, and then you'll want to put in your description that's either early access or alpha or beta, and it'll go live in the new game section. But of course, you'll have your title stating as such that it's early access or whatever, and then we will see it and we will put it in alphas and beta channel for you. Always good to email us in advance to give us a heads up that you're doing that. And yeah, you can, every time you do an update for the game, you can update the description, you can update the screenshots, you can update the title, I believe, as well. If you have any issues with that, you're always welcome to send us the copy, and we can do that too. And then when the game is completely done, you're going to make your last version live. We're happy to delete it from the alpha beta playlist, and then you'll be good to go on the storefront. If you want it to be a closed alpha beta, let's say you don't want anyone to buy in for early access, you can submit and get approved, and we can do vouchers for certain people that maybe you just want to have access to the game, and they'll be able to enter those in on their console and then be able to, it'll auto-download the games for them without it being visible in the storefront. So if you wanted private early access for people, This way you don't have to send APKs out. So that was a recent update in one of the, I think the latest OTA, which is very great. So that's how it all works.
Cool. Hope that helps, Elias. What do we
So
got
where do
here?
you find the early access? Do we have a category for that?
The category is just our alpha beta channel.
Spooky. Sorry,
Okay,
Tim.
The
Whoa!
never-ending
Oh,
art book.
Yeah, you're a
What we
special
got?
backer.
damn. I backed and I got the shirt. Didn't get the cool book. That book looks sweet. What are you doing, Tim? Oh,
I
you're
was finding the alpha beta section. So yeah, early access would go right in here.
Yeah.
cool. We have a few more minutes. I hope somebody ate something better than Jared, or else Jared's gonna have another walk off.
I win.
No,
Oh.
I'm not even playing. Kelly already won.
Oh,
I got to go out for my birthday dinner because I was super sick on my birthday, and we went to Providence, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 9 courses
oh my
of
God.
food that beat everything, basically.
Yeah.
9. Is it all small, like miniature portions of things?
Yes, there's not like 9 huge.
Yeah, whole meals.
It's I mean I've been there before. It's awesome. I don't know if we were playing the food game when I went there, but
I don't think so.
maybe maybe I did. I don't know.
Recently,
It
but-
was after one of the indicates I went, but
My favorites were uni egg, which was Santa Barbara sea urchin hiding beneath
What?
soft scrambled eggs.
Hiding beneath, ready to pounce.
Wagyu beef was freaking
Oh.
amazing.
Yeah, that's like the
This-
legit, right?
It's amazing. I had never had it before, but it lives up to the hype, I have to say. There are a few things, I think, where in food or beverage where it's like super expensive, elitist, and you're like, like caviar, it's like, like maybe you're not that into it, or like foie gras. But
Is it-
Wagyu, freaking amazing.
Is it that they have to like smuggle out of Japan, or is that the one?
It's just there's a lot of fat in it, so it's, but when you cook it right, and it just is,
Marbleized.
just melts in your mouth.
ooh,
It's
I'm too
amazing.
wild John Dory on that. Maybe that would have been a toss up for me.
Yeah, they didn't have that actually. It was a salmon dish.
I've had that duck breast. Your husband had the duck breast, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Really
Come on down, Bob.
good.
We will all go.
Okay.
I just made a promise. My wallet can't catch.
Yeah.
When I don't know.
Yeah, the best thing I had, honestly, it's really good. It was organic peppermint ice cream I got from Whole Foods with like real peppermint oil and
Ooh.
what's it called? McConnell's. My wife loves this stuff. I'm
Yeah.
normally not like a peppermint flavor man. Like usually when I have anything peppermint or minty, I'm like, oh, it's like brushing my teeth. But like this is great. Like really, really good stuff. But again, I'm not even coming close to what Kelly had. So I'm just sharing something because it's a tasty treat that you can buy at Whole Foods that anyone can enjoy. Not this is stuff that Kelly had. You can at least everyone enjoy what I had. But no, Kelly wins hands down. Hands down.
Yeah, I had a good one, but I think Kelly does win. I had we went to the local cafe and they do specialized toasts, and I had it's like jalapeno goat cheese with marmalade on like sourdough,
That sounds good.
something like that. It didn't.
That's
Yeah.
for rainy weather. That sounds great.
It was. I wasn't sure that it would be good, but it was incredible, and I ate 2 of them. So, what do you got, Tim?
Well, it was clear out, and I drove out to the mountains, or I went out to Sultan. Like the mountains were awesome. The water was like surging, so you could see like a big waterfall and Gold Bar. And I had a dessert burger, or otherwise known as a Big Mac.
That's what you're ending with.
A
Well,
dessert?
you're already a winner because you didn't get food poisoning this week like the other one. So.
Yeah, yeah. Last week it was like the 24-hour bug. I was fine after 24 hours, but yeah.
Well,
So Kelly wins.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bob, you're second.
Yay.
Yeah, was
Brit-
that a chipboard place or
No, it was. It's just this cafe on my street.
cafe?
Yeah.
I'm so
Um,
angry that I lost. Oh, God, why?
Peppermint ice cream. I just want to make sure we get these
Yeah.
questions.
Yep.
Like questions here.
So this is Britt, and he knows Nick, who does. Oh my gosh, what's Nick Biondi's game? I'm so drawing a blank. The Rocket.
Hardlander.
Hardlander. I'm sorry, Nick. Nick introduced me to Britt, and Britt's working on this other game called Shot. I don't know how much we can talk about it, but he's asking about stuff like content review. So as far as bringing games to China, I know that they have certain restrictions on content. For instance, I've heard they don't allow skeletons. What will this process be like for the OUYA store, and what do you guys know about what's allowed? I can take a stab unless you guys want to go first. Let me take a stab. So I was listening to NPR the other day, and there was no like official list of what actually gets looked at. So we couldn't really tell you like what gets checked against. That said, I know that we do have a pretty sweet deal in place, and so we can just work with you as we get going. Right now, like Kelly said, the pipeline is sort of a bit closed while we like work out the fine-tuning elements of the process. So we'll probably learn more while you do. Do you guys have anything to add to that? Did I lose Jared and Kelly?
We have our content review guidelines, and I think as we learn more things, we'll just add to that.
I think we lost Jared and Kelly, unfortunately. But you're right, Tim. And Britt is probably going to join us on an upcoming office hours in a couple of weeks, so he can show off his game he's working on, which is pretty fun and cool. I'm sad we lost Jared and Kelly. And then Ilias I'm saying that right. Thanks. I'm doing my best to submit an early access version of my game this month, so I wanted to know how it works. By the way, in case you're interested, my name is pronounced.
So in a fun turn of events, the microwave in the office killed the Wi-Fi.
Oh, the microwave?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was Brian's jump.
I still need one more minute.
Wait.
You're not getting it. You're not getting it.
I'll wait till you guys are done.
Thanks, Brian.
This is live television, everyone.
That's awesome. We need a technical difficulties thing.
Yeah,
I'll have to show you a way. I know this trick.
Him like pulling the plug out of the wall, like a cartoon version with a little music that plays.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming you answered it eloquently, though, Bob.
Yeah.
He did. He did. Yeah, I've got this trick you can try that will scare you when you walk by the microwave. So if you can find an old Walkman, like the ones from the 80s,
Okay.
and just,
I'm not sure you should try this, but continue.
take a tape out and just play it without the tape in it, and then just walk by the microwave when it's on, while you're wearing the headphones. And
What
just
happens?
See if you want to stand by a microwave after that.
Maybe don't try that.
Seriously. So what have we learned today, boys?
No,
and
it just picks up.
We've learned
Since
that you can
tapes are
throw the
magnetic.
plates of your OUYA controller as batarangs. And tip from Tim. All these things not to do at home.
Well, it's not a dangerous thing. It's just so tapes are magnetic, and there's like some kind of magnetic field around the microwave. So as you get close to it, the static noise gets really intense, and you can be like, oh wow, there's a field around the microwave when it's cooking things. Maybe I shouldn't stand by it.
Actually, I guess related to game development, try not to ever have your microwave running while you're testing your games. As an Activision, we had QA team that was convinced that one of the versions of one of the games we were working on, the PS3 controller, just didn't work anymore, and it was programmed wrong, and it was because his QA station was on the other side of the kitchen, and people were always going in and out, microwaving cup of noodles, and there were some bugs that almost, I think, delayed a shipping of a game or something, and finally figured it out. You were just yeah.
I can see that. You get a bug report that the game crashes at 12:05 every day.
It's got to let the machine on too long. Let's soak test it. So yeah, there's so
Man,
Always think about your environment where you're testing and playing.
I do not understand microwaves enough. I get scared about them.
Yeah, and if you complain about lag, controller lag, think about the Wi-Fi fields you sit around in and stuff. So.
Oh gosh.
So like through my little test, you can be 10 feet away, and it's still influenced by that field. So you want to be at least 10 feet away from your microwave when it's on.
Seems like a reliable way to test for ghosts in your house.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
Actually, the microwave does keep ghosts away. So on Ghost Hunters, they should just fill the homes with microwaves. That's actually how you perform an exorcism.
Yeah. Open all the doors in your
In the
microwave.
house and you run them all at the same time. Close them out.
Okay. Well,
Awesome,
this has been awesome.
Yes, it has. Ghostbusting with your friends at OUYA.
Bye. Bye.
Au revoir. Sortie.
Sorry.
Wait, my OUYA is 30 centimeters next to my microwave. That means my OUYA is in danger. No, you're fine. Wait, don't put it there, though, anyways. Okay, bye, Tozuliao. Bye, Tim.
See, Bob.